Hey everyone, my name is Vase Odin. I'm the creator of the Left for the Vultures role-playing game. Left for the Vultures is a dark fantasy, gritty role-playing game. Some people call it grimdark, kind of teeters on that edge actually. Today I'm going to be participating in a community spotlight event held by Peter from Tales from Elsewhere, Clockworld. It's a role-playing game that is an action horror role-playing game, and Zarek from Odin's Key Gaming. They make Indominant, a superhero role-playing game. And I'm actually very excited to participate in this event because I think that in Left for the Vultures, death is a very big part of how the game is played. Because it is so gritty and dark, it needs to tie into that theme and it needs to work just right. In Left for the Vultures, there are two ways that your characters can basically be removed from the game. The first is your mental health. You have a mental health pool that is reduced every time you encounter something horrific or are dealt mental health damage through magics. When you're reduced to 0 mental health, you go insane and you take a mental scar that is permanent. These mental scars can be like hallucinations or involuntary tics. And these permanent mental scars accumulate as your character goes through their career. The more mental scars your character has, the harder it is to recover from being reduced to 0 mental health. So once your mental health is reduced to 0, you must reduce your maximum mental health by 5 times the number of mental scars that you have. So if you have 2 mental scars, now you're reducing your mental health permanently by 10 points. That can very quickly lead to your character having a very small amount of mental health. Now, alternatively, you can take what are called calming serums. These calming serums will allow your character to come out of their insanity, and you do not have to reduce your maximum mental health. The only problem is you can only take a maximum number of calming serums equal to your composure score, which is an attribute that is usually about 5 points and the maximum is 10 points. So you have a limited number of times that you can do that. When your physical health is reduced to 0, you are knocked down and unconscious. Now you have a very limited time in order to come back or you're permanently dead. You take a permanent injury, and now these can be simple things like a gash or a scar, or you could lose a limb. They can be pretty serious and debilitating, but your character can still survive if they reduce their permanent physical health by 5 times the number of physical scars that they have. So as you get more physical scars, it becomes much harder to come back from being dropped to 0. You can also get surgical aid. In a similar way to the calming serums for your mental health, you can seek a professional to give you surgical aid, and you can only do that a number of times equal to your resilience score. So again, you have a very limited amount of times that you're going to be able to do this. But similar to the calming serums, getting surgical aid is not something that's readily available. You have to do it within 4 hours of being reduced to 0, or it becomes not an option. Now, what makes Left for the Vultures unique is that the game is mostly tied to vengeance. Your characters aren't earning gold, they're not looking for treasure or fame or anything of the sort. Their main purpose is vengeance. And we have a mechanic called Vengeance Die, which it's a meta currency that allows your character to do extraordinary things. Every time your character is reduced to 0 and takes a scar, whether it's a mental scar or a physical scar, you gain additional vengeance dice. So your character becomes more angry and more gritty as they continue to suffer defeats. So in Left for the Vultures, suffering defeat is a way to advance your character as well. I think that makes our game very unique and really focuses in on that vengeance mechanic. Now, one last thing, when your characters go down, if they're permanently killed, the other characters in the group regain all their vengeance dice because they fuels their anger and allows them to fight on stronger than before. And we did this because we notice in a lot of games, the minute one character goes down, it's very easy for the rest of the party to start dropping like flies, and this is like the TPK, the total party kill cycle. We wanted to avoid that in Left for the Vultures, which we have found through playtests, it highly prevents this TPK cycle from happening. The minute one party member dies, everyone regains all their vengeance dice, which they can use to heal, to deal more damage, to absorb damage, and allows them to fight on much more confidently than before. And those are the death mechanics for Left for the Vultures, the role-playing game. The beta test is going to be out very soon. We're almost done with some of the art. Thank you guys very much. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, leave comments below, or join our Discord server. Thank you guys very much. Again, my name is Vase Odin. I'll talk to you all real soon.